A wise man once said, the will to win, the desire to succeed,
what takes guts is to put yourself on the line.
the urge to reach your full potential.
A leader makes the way.
These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Success Resources is the world's leading events promoter of business, personal development, and wealth creation programs. For over 30 years, we've helped over 10 million people across 30 countries unlock their full potential. From North America, to Europe, to Africa, to Asia, to Oceania, we are the key to your personal success. We open the door to the world's best speakers such as Anthony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, and T. Harv Eker, to name a few. Praised by Donald Trump for being the world's best, we have over 500 events a year and access to the greatest thinkers, achievers, and motivators of our time. We guide you to the success that lies in every one of us.
But you will not discover your greatness in your comfort zone.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
We have never really truly reached our destination. There's always another level to strive for. Your best is yet to come. Success Resources, your learning partners.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Monday. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend of rest and enjoy your Mother Day celebration. Welcome to another Bitcoin journey to 100,000. Well, crypto market is really looking bad right now. Bitcoin really look bad because it's not is going down. Okay, so many people are getting way too fearful right now. So let's address this today. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are a world-leading education provider. Every week on Monday, this is streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. We will be making video tracking the incredible journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. So if this is a journey you like to learn and follow, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the thumbs up button, and maybe forward also this to your friend. And of course, click the notification bell to know whenever we put a video. So I'm very delighted to bring our teacher, Dr. Clemen Chiang, to the program. He's an authority in financial investing and a very well-known teacher and coach to many thousands of students all over the world. Welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, Richard, we are back into the action after taking a 1 week break. last Monday was a Labor Day, so thou should not labor on Labor Day.
Understand.
1 week break, and today we are back. And in fact, today's session is going to be so important to many of our viewers today. Why? As what Richard has shared, Bitcoin has dropped to a critical area, a critical price point. We're going to dive deeper into this and let us give Richard the kickstart to kind of put onto me many tough questions. Here we go, Richard.
Okay, Dr. Clemen. Well, Dr. Clemen, I believe that many of our viewers also has the same question, right? Crypto market is looking bad now. There's a lot of fear, and Bitcoin is looking bad, really, right? So my question to you is, how do you see the future of Bitcoin?
Yeah, that's a really great question to start off with. This is the time, in fact, I just tweeted out, we are really severely testing for Bitcoin that's rise and fall. It is normal. But it is during a critical period like this, those who are faithless, those who are hopeless, and those who are loveless, you will be weeded out from the market. Because in order to play Bitcoin, you must have faith, hope, and love. Faith in what? Faith in the fact that we are looking at a really 100% decentralized blockchain. And Richard, I want to share with you, recently I gone through a very tough exam just to get this, what we call a Certified Bitcoin Professional, CBP.
Wow.
CBP.
Okay.
And the questions are really tough. It really grew me the deeper understanding of Bitcoin as a blockchain. Now, this is the part, your faith can only develop when you have a very deeper insight into the technology, into the entire ecosystem, into how this possibly can change the world. The second part is about hope. Now, what exactly are we hoping for? We've been preaching since I was really big into Bitcoin in the year 2020, 12th of May, during the first day of the third Bitcoin halving event. Back then, we established the hope. And the hope is break the first 100,000 for Bitcoin. And true enough, you know what? We entered at an average price of 8,000, went up to 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, went to 46,000, dropped back, and then pushed it up all the way to 69,000. We have not broken $100,000 yet. But this is the part where my pilgrimage to the Miami Bitcoin conference kind of sealed my thinking about the pricing. I'm still looking at a price point of $1 million per coin. And that's all backed by numbers. It's not because, I look at the stars and the moon and then tell you there's a magical number to look at. No, it's based by facts. Now, then the last part is about love. How much do you actually love this blockchain and what it can do for humankind? Now, for those of you who are purely looking at it as a mercenary, purely just want to trade to take advantage of the price arbitrage, sorry, this game is not for you because you don't see beyond the price point. The love you can only develop, and we are looking at so many hardworking developers, core engineers, and in fact, we are talking about leading entrepreneurs taking a deep love into Bitcoin. I will just name a few. From the likes of Elon Musk, who recently acquired Twitter. How much is his love? $1.5 billion. From the likes of Michael Saylor, how much is his love? He double, triple, quadruple down, and he owns more than 100,000 Bitcoin. And he's out there feverishly every single day on podcasts, YouTube, on TV interviews, pushing for the adoption of Bitcoin. The question to all of us is, how much is your love? If we put a numerical number, how many Bitcoins do you own today? So we kind of put all this together, and then we look at the charts, because the charts will severely test us on the concept of faith, hope, and love. So here we go. All right, I'm going to put out a chart right now to kind of shock all of us. Wake up to the call of action first, and then we'll dive deeper, right? So here we go. I'm going to shock all of us with this chart first. Ding! Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a great slide of the Bitcoin from 47,000, 48,000. Today, we are looking at 33,000. This is the big slide down. But in this big slide down, what most people fail to do, because they are faithless, hopeless, and loveless, they will only look at this area, the Red Sea zone. Dun, 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 dun. And if they keep looking at this area, they'll feel depressed, delusioned, and in a state of desperation. Now, I don't blame you, because it takes training. It takes training to build faith, hope, and love. And this is the part, if I start to change one single element on the chart, I go and click instead to maximum. Boom! And here we go. It's a totally different picture right now. From the sliding down, right now, we are looking at the sliding up. What's the difference? The difference, it goes through all the way back. When did you start? How early did you start looking at Bitcoin to develop the faith, hope, and love I'm talking about here? And that's why it's so important for us to get educated. And I hope, this video series together, Richard and myself, where he grilled me and I have to answer the question live on the spot here, and kind of bring you the education across the media stream of Zoom or to YouTube onto you, and then you take a bigger picture right here. In fact, Bitcoin started at 0.08 to be exact, traded at $1, just round it up, and right now it is at 33,000. This is a phenomenal growth path, and you just keep growing up over time. That is for sure. So to sum up the first question, we got to zoom in, zoom out, and really take a stand. What is your price point? Later on, I'll spend more time, if we have, to dive deeper into the particular zone areas, and then we can bring about more enlightenment. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Well, Dr. Clemen, that kind of gives a lot of assurance that if we are looking at short term, you can see that if you look at daily or short term, you can see that the price are going down. But if you look at like on a yearly basis or even decade basis, you'll find that actually the price are going up. So that is a great assurance for us. Now, I also want to ask you this question, Dr. Clemen, is that what you have said has really kind of calmed many of us down, because we are looking at different perspective right now. But I want to ask you is this, that there are many, Bitcoin has created many billionaires and also Will, right, who has been very, very wealthy. So how does the billionaire and Will actually make money from Bitcoin?
Wow, great question, Richard. Typically how all the insiders play out their game, and we always call them insiders because, first of all, the mere fact they get in early than the rest of us is because they have privy knowledge. They have private information that they will not disclose to you. The only thing that will be disclosed to us, the moment when they buy anything, we get to know, but they will not tell you why they bought it. They'll keep it close to their hearts. And that's the reason why a program like this, we try to unravel as many of the insiders' thinking as possible. So Richard asked a very, very important question. How do the insiders, people like millionaires, billionaires, play the game? Step one, typically most of them want to be an early mover. But if you look at how early is really early, I want to tell you a very, very important news. I mean, I come from the Gen X, Generation X. And let me give you the three important generations, all right? Number one, some of you are born in 1946 to 1964, and my children will call you the boomer because you are the baby boomer generation. And then after the baby boomer generation, there's those born 1965 to 1980. I'm in Gen X. That's called Generation X. In fact, 1965 coincide with the independence of Singapore, all right? Now, after 1980, 1981 to 1996, that is called the millennial generation. So today, we probably have three groups of us among us. You're either a baby boomer, a Gen X like me, or you are a millennial, okay? Now, I'm taking these three very important generation to give you a very clear illustration how the big guys make money. Let's start off with the baby boomers. Now, they made money in the stock market because stock market existed for over 200 years. So those born 1946 to 64, boom, easy. Anytime you just buy into any stocks during the era, you make hell lots of money. In fact, majority of the millionaires and billionaires out there today, their wealth, especially those baby boomers, will stack on top the stock market. Number one. Number two, my generation, Gen X, we went on to the next instrument, which has only a 50-year history, and that's options trading. I started off my journey in 2000 by doing options trading first rather than buying the shares itself. That's the reason why it created a whole new generation who understand the concept of leverage. Options trading gives 10 times more leverage than the stocks. Then welcome to the new generation known as the millennial. And that is where cryptocurrency trading only has about 12 years or more, a very, very short history. And the millennials are the one diving into this pot of gold. And they are able to see like 50 times, 100 times leverage, which is 10 times more than the options trading of 10 times against the stock. So can you see stocks, you start at here, options 10 times more, and come to cryptos is 100 times more because the instrument gives you that kind of leverage, 10, 50 to 100 times more. Now, this is the part. According to Richard's question, where should you be? How do you make your money? And this is really, really important. For many of you in the millennials, probably your first pot of gold is into the cryptocurrency market because you are there already. It belongs to your generation. But because your generation didn't start off with the stock market and you start off with leverage 50 times, 20 times, 100 times, you make your money fast, you will also lose your money fast. That's the reality of the marketplace. So where can we learn from? I'm going to take you back to the stock market. You see, people like Warren Buffett, they don't have to come in really, really early. The first year that he invested into Apple, that was in the year 2016. Count. 2022 minus 2016, how many years is that apart? Only 6 years apart. And from his very first investment, he has been averaging up, averaging up, averaging up. Right now, Apple dominates more than 40% of Warren Buffett's entire portfolio of wealth. He has been buying up. And he just told recently on CNBC that Apple's stock price dropped for 3 consecutive days. He went in to snap up some more. He will always buy when the price goes down. That's how the really, really rich and powerful does it. So this moment in time, you're looking at 33,000. And everybody is watching that 30 to 40,000 range. I can tell you, as there are some who are selling, there are also many more who are accumulating at this moment. And that is the concept of either you're averaging up or you're averaging down. But when you zoom up your chart, over time, you should be standing really, really positive on a beautiful coin called Bitcoin. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Well, I know that you got in to Bitcoin early, and then you have been holding that Bitcoin. And perhaps that is one good way to make money just by long term, right? So thank you, Dr. Clemen, for that. But I want to also mention that we have been talking about this quite a couple of times. Is that now the price is low, and the way to make money, hence, a lot of us are looking at the price going up and buy. But how about buying right now when the prices are low, right? What we call dollar cost averaging, and then one day you realize that you become very, very wealthy, because when everybody is worried that the price is like having fear, but because you were here at the Bitcoin journey to 100,000, you were motivated, and not only that, you were reassured, and you went in now, and then when you make money, you buy Rich Tan and Dr. Clemen a big drink, coffee together. So that may be one direction to look at. Now, Dr. Clemen, recently Warren Buffett at the 2022 annual shareholder meeting, which is last Saturday, he said this. He says that if you told me you own all the Bitcoin in the world, right, and you offer it to me for $25, I wouldn't take it, because what do I do with it? I have to sell it back to you one way or another. It isn't going to do anything. So, Dr. Clemen, this is our very, very, very well respected Warren Buffett making a statement. So I want to ask you, what is your comment to his comment?
What's my comment to his comment? Great comment. Okay, so Richard, let's take a look at this article. And we know Warren Buffett has been bashing Bitcoin for the longest time ever. And initially, back before last year, I'm talking about before the year 2020. All right, let me give you the timeline. Before the year 2020, he really went on out to demonize Bitcoin. So he was using statements like rat poison, and you take a power of 2, you square it. That is really, really heavy statement, all right? This came about in the year 2018, okay? And I want to give everyone the correct context. Now, 2018 was the year right after Bitcoin hit its all-time previous high of 20,000. That was in December 2017. And of course, 2018, the price went down, and Warren Buffett came in, put on oil, put on pepper, salt, and everything to insult those who play into Bitcoin. And all of us really have to just shut up, zip up our mouth, and quietly work our way. Because we say we got nothing to contest against what Warren Buffett is saying. Perhaps he's true what he's saying, right? But we just quietly do our work. And, we are really early pioneers of Bitcoin, and we just have to keep our mouth shut. But today, I'm not keeping my mouth shut anymore. What is the year today? Today is year 2022. Between 2018 to 2022, 4 years, what has changed? Bitcoin has hit $1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin has been accepted by Securities Exchange Commission for the Bitcoin Futures ETF. Now, if he is truly so smart ass about it, right, demonizing Bitcoin, what he should really have done, Warren Buffett, if I truly want to respect this man 100%, he should call the bluff on Securities Exchange Commission. He should call out the regulator. Why did you even approve Bitcoin Futures ETF? But now that the regulator has approved an instrument called Bitcoin, and with him coming in to continue to pour scorn on all the hardworking Bitcoiners, this is wrong. This is unacceptable by any standards. Really, it is hypocrisy to the max. You want to go after, you go after the regulator, not the common man, because the regulator has approved it. And I think we got to have a balanced view of what he said. And that's the reason why when he insulted everyone about this, okay, I won't even buy Bitcoin when it's trading at $25, so be it. But what he said here is kind of confusing his own thought process. So let me share with you what I meant by he has confused his own thought process. Step one, he said over here, this is Warren Buffett's advice to beat inflation, all right? So he say, okay, there's a secret formula to beat inflation. And you know what? Let's understand what he meant by what it takes to beat inflation. Here we go. The best thing you can do is to be exceptionally good at something. If you are the best doctor in town, if you are the best lawyer in town, if you're the best, whatever it may be, people are going to give you some of what they produce in exchange for what you deliver. Isn't this talking about Bitcoin? Bitcoin is so damn good that it's 100% decentralized. It doesn't depend on the government. It doesn't depend on individuals. It is on its own, a different planet. All right. And then you go on to the second part. Whatever abilities you have can't be taken away from you. They can't actually be inflated away from you. So the best investment by far is anything that develops yourself and is not taxed at all. He's talking about Bitcoin. Again, this is about Bitcoin. And that's the reason why Bitcoin is so successful. Everything that he said that is to fight inflation is right here being described by Warren Buffett. And he mentioned it so many times. So I want all of us to really have a clear context of why this man said the things he said. And let's not to get emotional about it. Because he is truly insulting all the sovereign wealth funds of the world. He is truly insulting El Salvador, who legalized Bitcoin as a legal tender. He is truly insulting the pension funds, the retirement funds, the likes of BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard, who has already taken steps foray into Bitcoin. He's insulting all the banks out there who got themselves involved in Bitcoin, offering the products to their customers. He's insulting Elon Musk. He's insulting Michael Saylor. He's insulting literally everyone because his wealth is built on the US dollar. That's the reason why he said those things. So I hope everyone got a real context. And you know what? This is really, really important to have a balanced view, because if you kill off Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you have neglected an entire generation, then they are called the millennials. That is absolutely wrong. Back to you, Richard.
Dr. Clemen. Now, Dr. Clemen, this program is called Bitcoin Journey to 100,000. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not by chance. It's due to solid economic foundation. And the solid economic foundation is the massive adoption of Bitcoin. So let's talk about a couple of adoption that's happening right now as we are talking. Number one is that the Luna Foundation, right, reported purchase of Bitcoin worth 1.4 billion because Bitcoin is being used to back up the UST. That's number one. The second adoption is that today in Portugal, you can buy property with Bitcoin, right? And the third probably got many ladies excited is that today you can actually buy Gucci brand or luxury brand Gucci with Bitcoin. And finally, many Cuban, in fact 100,000 Cuban are using Bitcoin right now. So question to you, Dr. Clemen, is that with all this adoption, where do you see, right, the future of Bitcoin?
Oh yes, Richard, this question is really fascinating, and I want to just kind of slow it down and walk through with our viewers with the first thing that you mentioned, and that is here. Luna Foundation acquires 1.4 billion in Bitcoin, decentralized reserve stash rises. Right now, they own 80,394 Bitcoin. And Dokon is right now living in Singapore, right? So really close to shore, to where I am right now. I'm in Singapore. I'm a Singaporean, and my very good friend recently just hosted an event in Singapore with Dokon as the keynote speaker. All right. So this is number one. Number two, it is right now possible to purchase real estate in Portugal directly with crypto. In fact, we can buy many things with crypto, from real estate to sports cars, to online merchants, to offline retailers. It's everywhere. And all you really need to do is to search for the Lightning Network. All right. I think we covered about Lightning Network about 2 weeks ago, whereby right now the Lightning Network is 100% integrated with Walmart, with Shopify, with the major ATM machine manufacturer, NCR. They are everywhere. And I done the testing myself, right? I bought so many things with my Lightning Network wallet. In 1 millisecond, boom, the payment goes through. All right. So Lightning Network is the layer 2 of the Bitcoin blockchain that solves the problem of payment. Okay. And with that, we also come to the fact that you can also right now use Bitcoin to buy Gucci. So in fact, before this news came out, most of my friends who got involved in Bitcoin, they are already wearing the Gucci shoes. Got the lion, got the bumblebee. All right. This is a culture among Bitcoiners. All right. In fact, you go to any blockchain event, conferences, it's very common to see many of the Gucci outfit, especially on the shoes. All right. And I own one pair of Bitcoin shoes, which is a rare collection. And so this is a trending kind of thing. Now, I've shown you guys all this, but truly the heart of the question that Richard is asking us is this. P.S. I love you. Bitcoin solved the problem of payment. Bitcoin solved the problem of store of value. All right. But where does this really lead us to? Because as the ecosystem starts to evolve and the network externalities start to kick in, and the compounded growth of more and more Bitcoiners coming on board the bandwagon is just increasing, compounded every year. It just keep growing like crazy. So I want to show you right here a truly important concept. And I think this concept is very relevant for our knowledge, all right? I want to take out this article right here, okay? And because this is kind of related to the first point that Richard brought up about Luna. And here we go. What exactly is Luna and UST, which is the US Terra dollar, a guide to the Terra ecosystem? Now, this is really huge. How huge is huge? Let me show you. This is probably the first arbitrage of the world that somebody has successfully pulled it off. And I'm going to go down right over here to this part. You want to look for this word on the article called arbitrage, all right? This is really beautiful, okay? So let me just scroll down a little bit and we can already read it clearly. So how does the arbitrage work? Okay, let me just arrange my text. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to box this up and I'm going to explain to you all the concept, okay? In the Terra ecosystem, users can always swap the Luna coins for the US Terra dollar, vice versa. Either you have Luna, you swap it for UST, or you have UST, swap it back to Luna, all right? So this is both directions. At a guaranteed price of $1, regardless of the market price of either token at the time. This is important to note because it means that if demand for the US Terra rises and its price rises above $1. Luna holders can bank a risk-free profit by swapping $1 of Luna to create one UST, which is due to a rise in demand. In this example, is worth more than $1. Now, I bring up this topic right here because the rest of it here, it's going to become a little bit more technical, a little bit more complex. But if you bear with me, you will understand the opportunity today because the arbitrage right is happening right now. Okay, here we go. During the swapping process, a percentage of Lunar coin is burned. Burn means destroyed, disappear into thin air. All right, and in blockchain we can do that. Permanently removed from the circulation, and the remainder is deposited into a community treasury. Funds in the treasury are then used to invest in applications and services that expand the utility of the Terra ecosystem. So that is for the engineers to build up the product roadmap. Now, burning a percentage of Luna tokens reduces the number of overall tokens left in the circulation. So if your supply reduces, making them more scarce, therefore the price will become more valuable. By minting more UST, it has the effect of diluting the existing tokens in circulation and bring the overall price back to the $1 level. So this arbitrage, right now, everybody has a chance to take advantage and seize this opportunity. Because when price of Bitcoins drops, the arbitrage widens. And we can go further into the details of it, but I don't think today's class we have sufficient time to dive deeper into these details. But I want to highlight to all of our viewers, this is an area you should study this moment in time. Back to you, Richard.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Clemen. So Bitcoin has many, many use cases, right? It's not like what Warren Buffett say that it is no use. There's so many use cases with Bitcoin. Now, last question, Dr. Clemen, is this question, right? So we have been looking at Bitcoin price going down, and then there's a lot of use case. And then if we look long term, you can see that actually, if you look at like the yearly chart and the decade chart, you find that Bitcoin price actually, is very different from a daily chart. Now, my question to you, Dr. Clemen, last question to you is, do you think Bitcoin is going to go to 0 or go to 1 million? Do you think that Bitcoin is going to go 0 or go to 1 million?
And that's like exactly like what Peter Thiel in his book, 0 to 1. All right, the concept of 0 to 1 is he illustrated one very good example about the invention of the keyboard. So I'm holding a keyboard in front of you, but many new generations have forgotten the fact that before the birth of keyboard, we were actually using typewriters. I was in that generation, I was playing with the typewriter that my father owns, right? And then came the electronic keyboard that changed everything. That is what we call a 0, boom, to 1. Straight away, all the typewriters of the world became obsolete. Just think about Kodak, same, right? Kodak cameras became obsolete because of the rise of the digital smartphones. So we're going to challenge this notion. Will Bitcoin go from 0, go to 0, go down to 0, or 1 million? So it's a 0 to 1 scenario, either or, binary, right? You can only say it will go to 1 million or you will go to 0. There's no in between. I want you all to be clear. Because if you are here to have the biggest gain, there's no between, no sitting on the fence. It's either 0 or 1 million. So 0 belongs to the camp of the rats, poison square. We call it the camp of the Warren Buffett. The 1 million belongs to the heartland of the generation of millennials and to all the hardworking Bitcoiners who built out the ecosystem, from Jack Mallers' Strike, who built the Lightning Network connection, to Shopify, NCR, Walmart, and so on. That's your 2 scenario. Which one are you on today? Very, very important. And, before I go on to share about this notion of 0 to 1, I see some questions coming in, which I addressed earlier on in my YouTube as well. I want to bring up to you all a very, very interesting case right here, because it describes the 0 to 1 scenario. All right. So let me bring out this tweet. And interestingly, this tweet fit into Richard's question. Here we go. This is by Kim.com, which is his real name. He has renamed himself to be Kim.com. And he just posted this morning, wonder why crypto has been tanking for a while on Zero News. Those in the know about coming US government crypto regulations are selling fast. And here's what's coming. So he illustrated 4 major ideas, of which we're going to run through together, because if we can solve these 4 major ideas by Kim.com, we can answer the question of 0 to 1. All right. Will Bitcoin go to 0 or will Bitcoin go to 1 million? That's it. Very, very clear. Okay. So let's start off like this. And here we go. I'm going to tweet this out. And in fact, I done the tweet earlier on today. And I'm going to show you this tweet right here. Kind of somewhere here below. I got so many tweets. Hang on a bit. I think it's right after this. All right, here. Okay. So the 4 things that's brought up by him is all shown here. Right. There's some people taking part in my tweet so far. So let's go through it together. And my question goes this way. Which one of the below is the most dangerous or the worst threat to Bitcoin? Which one? So let's attack the first one. The ban of all US stablecoin. The second one, the restriction to crypto usage. The third one, KYC requirements applicable, mandatory for everyone. And the fourth one, the big push for US government launching their very own digital dollar, known as the US government coin. All right. So take some time. I invite you all to go and vote on the polling right here. And you know, the earlier pollers right here, we got like 16%, 38%, 5%, 38%, and so on. Right. But what is the real correct answer? Because the real question is very clear. Most dangerous or the worst threat to Bitcoin? Right? Ready? Here we go. If we attack the idea of the government will ban all the stable coin, I think this is valid, because quite a number of stable coins, they are not backed up or pegged against real instrument. For example, if we look at US Tether, USDT, now they are only pegged against about 3 billion worth of cash, and the remaining are all commercial papers, and some of the commercial papers are coming out from small little banks out of China, and kind of creating a fishy scenario. So the US government will definitely go after a stable coin like this. All right. But if you look at the US Terra, they are pegged against Bitcoin. Bitcoin is all there. They can see for themselves, right? The second part, restriction on crypto usage, means that it is not a ban, but a restriction. It's as good as you walking to 7-Eleven today, you want to buy a can of beer. And the cashier will ask you, are you above 18 years old? Right? If you're 18 years old or above, you can buy the alcohol. It is the same thinking process. You probably cannot use crypto to buy guns or to buy drugs, something like this. The third one, KYC requirements for all. Actually, what is really KYC? It's know your customer. And you know, when you travel to any country out there and you arrive at the immigration custom officer, ready to chop your passport, he will also ask you all the KYC questions. Number one, what's your purpose here in the United States of America? You know, recently I went to Miami, right? And the first question, standard, he'll ask you, may I know your purpose of coming to Miami and the United States of America? First question, I say, I'm here, sir, to take part in the Miami Bitcoin conference. And then the second question you ask, oh, what is Bitcoin? Now that actually happened to me, all right. And I explained to him all that stuff and show him the paperwork. And then that's it. He chopped the passport. He got to know me. He put a stamp on my passport. I go through immigration. There you go. I arrived on the Miami Beach. So KIC is standard. It will be everywhere. The third one is the big push for the US government coin. And this is very, very real to me because right over here, I had the chance to meet the face-to-face with the guy who's going to create the coin for the US government. And that's this guy right here, Christopher Giancarlo. And he's the former CFTC chairman. And in the crypto world, we call him the crypto dad, all right? So I had a 1-hour breakfast meeting with him. And he has the confidence to tell me that, hey, you know what? We are already thinking about launching our very, very own US digital dollar. And in fact, the sandbox has started with 6 banks, worked through Essential, and right now there is in the pipeline, all right? So all this, really, have you all replied your polling? Let me do a quick refresh. All right, and I'm going to give you the answer right now. 0 to 1, let me give you a big, big answer. The answer goes this way. No, no. None of this is a threat to Bitcoin. It is very, very clear. We are 100% decentralized. And in fact, the good news is if the government, the US government formally launches the US digital dollar, this will be a big boost to Bitcoin because they need a currency pair. And the best pair is none other than Bitcoin. So I hope this kind of assure all of you, if you are thinking about 0 to 1 and you want to take the camp of 0, fine by us. Go and join the camp of 0, believing everything will go to 0. But if you belong to the other camp, you say, hey, there's a possibility will go to 1 million, then I congratulate you on your faith, hope, and love. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you, Dr. Clemen. We do our best to do research and facts and data from the market and present to you. With the facts and data, you can make informed decisions for your financial future. We remain bullish on Bitcoin, long-term and even longer term, right? Secret to success is to wake up early, work hard, and own Bitcoin. So thank you very much for joining us, Bitcoin Journey to 100,000. Till we meet again next week.
Our education
has the highest leverage and is the greatest equalizer.
regardless of background, everyone can have the same opportunities with education.
We believe in doing what is right, not what is easy.
We believe in anything that is worth doing, we do it with passion and excellence.
We believe that happiness is the key to success.
If you love what you're doing, you're already successful. And that both success and failure are temporary, worth sharing about and even celebrating.
That said, we believe we have had our fair share of both. Yay!
We believe that when the market is tough, we can be tougher.
We believe the best product should win, not the best sales pitch.
We believe that winners are winners because they don't quit.
We believe that the biggest sin is to make learning boring.
We believe in making decisions and owning our results.
We believe in innovation to continually provide value to all around us.
We believe that together, everyone achieves more.
We believe that real leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders.
We believe that we can learn from our competitors.
We believe that women work harder, do better, and are more competent.
We believe it's okay to be proven wrong.
It's okay to change your mind.
And it's okay to cry when you're having a really rough day.
We believe in giving everyone the benefit of the doubt.
We believe in always saying please and thank you.
We believe that if dreaming is free, then we should dream big.
And then working hard to achieve it. We believe that if we have knowledge, it's our duty to pass it down.
We believe that we shouldn't teach something we ourselves don't believe in.
We believe it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
We believe in saying sorry and meaning what we say.
We believe in being high-tech, means adding a human touch.
We believe that no one has all the answers.
Not even us.
But we go find out. and we learn.
We believe that learning never ends, and once you stop learning,
You start dying.
We believe that one person
or one great idea can change the world.
That's why we believe in helping you grow and succeed.
And with your help, we can change lives globally.
We believe.
We believe.
We believe.
Thank you for your belief in us.